Working with Terrell Austin, Carl Dunbar, Jerry Osofsky, Mike T's in the room, and our young guys are Bright, Grady Brown, Denzel Martin, and Gerald Alexander. It's a room where there's a lot of collaborative conversations. Everyone's got different experiences, doing things a certain way, but at the end of the day, we're always trying to come to a common ground about the things that we do best, that our players do best, that they can execute at a high level, that they can do fast. But there is not a lack of ideas at all, and that's been exciting. I know I've learned a lot, in just my small amount of time here, and that's one of the things that's been really exciting to me, is that I get to pick the brains of some really strong defensive and offensive coaches and special teams coaches.
Has this occurred previously in your career, and how often does inspiration come from sitting around, hey, what about this, to wow, that worked in the game?
I think it's I've been around a lot of good coaches. There's my time in New England and Miami as well. That is coaching, sitting in a room, trying to find a little advantage, whether it's in the run game, pass game, protection, kicking game, obviously offensively. And that's what coaching is all about. And then putting those ideas, presenting it to the players in a manner that they can understand and then go execute. They do a lot of really good things here in Pittsburgh, really across the board. I just try to, lend the knowledge that I have really in all areas, whether it's situation, whether it's run game, whether it's, pass rush, whether it's pass defense, whether it's, the myriad of, different, defensive structures you can put together. But, I'm following the lead of Terrell Austin, Coach T. Dunbar is a phenomenal coach. If I'm asked something, I'll give my opinion, and, I think the dynamic is such that it's just it's conversation, and it's been a lot of fun.
You had a reputation for aggressiveness in Miami. I was curious, the Baltimore game last year.
Yeah.
How out of the norm was that? How effective do you think, blitzing all the time, zero coverage? And in your estimation, how much of this is game to game as opposed to this is how we play defense? How much of it is, all right, we're going to do this to stop them?
I think it's a time, and there's a time and a place for any defense. You always want to be aggressive. You always want to have a physical front. You always want to, pressure the quarterback. But, blitzing is part of what the Steelers do. There's no doubt about that. I think we all know that. It's something that the offense has to, prepare for. So the back's got to be ready. The offensive line's got to be ready. The quarterback's got to be ready to make his checks. That's something that I have some history and experience with. So when those conversations, come up, I feel like I have something to offer. But, there's plenty that, I've learned as well. So, I'm excited about, working, with this group and these group of players and doing whatever I can to help this team win.
You've been on a pretty unique path since last season ended. How much of just getting back into a camp and coaching again is gratifying to you, or a sense of relief?
It's awesome to coach football. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I love to do. All aspects of it. And so sitting in meetings with our defensive coaches, sitting in our staff meetings, going back and forth with the offensive coaches, getting on the field and going through individual techniques and fundamentals with the players, getting to those group settings where you're working not just with your position group, but inevitably you're always working. Inside backers are working with the defensive line, they're working with the outside backers, they're working with the safeties, and really putting that team element together. That's what I'm passionate about. So it's fun to be out here. I'm grateful and fortunate. I feel grateful, to Mike T and this organization. I'm fortunate to be here, and I'm just excited to get out here every day and do whatever I can to help this team.
Are you surprised you're working in the league this year, given the lawsuit?
No. I like to think I can coach some football. So
yeah, I don't think it's the bona fides anybody would have a problem with. But it's a little unique situation.
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah.